Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave Forex.com YouTube channel. This is Henry and today is Wednesday, January 26. The time is around 2 a.m. GMT. And for today we're going to be looking at the chart of the pound US dollars right here. It's a 60 minutes chart. Short term, what we are looking at here is a rally in the pound dollars, expected to fail here in 3 waves as long as this invalidation level stays intact at 137.49. We can see we ended with B right here, so that means we are currently within the wave C, and within the wave C we should be subdividing into 5 waves. We have this wave 1 finish here, 1 of C, and now looking for a 2 of C before turning down again. So within 1 of C, we got another 5 wave subdivision here in the lesser degree here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the minute degree right here. Now let's zoom out and also discuss possibilities and options and so on. Zooming out a little bit in the 4 hour. So let's put down the C and the B and the 1 here in the 4 hour chart. So this is your C and B here, right? This one and 1 here. So again, we are currently within with C in blue, which ended 1 of C here, looking for a 2 of C, and then from there 3 of C, 4 of C, 5 of C, and so on. Now if this is a B, then this needs to be your A right here. And so we are talking about this structure coming down from here as an ABC, and supposedly this is gonna be, if this is correct, we're gonna break below the A eventually, right? Now if we take a look at the pound dollar itself, it doesn't quite have any sequence, so we need to use a little bit correlation, in fact, to determine sort of the right side on the trend. But the pound dollar itself again doesn't give us a clear clue as to what the right side is. Now in order for this view to really be validated, and now this is basically means US dollar strength here. If we go down, then technically speaking, you do need to break below A, but then that's still quite a long way to go before we know it is really going to go down. Now just in terms of the shorter cycle, let's discuss some options here. If we take a look at this structure here going down from the B, you can see we got a divergence at the lows, so that usually signals it is a wave 5 with lack of momentum. So we do count this as a 5 waves down here, okay? And therefore, because of this divergence here, it is reasonable to call it this way. So that's if it is a 5 waves down here, looking at the 4 hour, if this is truly a 5 waves down, then we should see more downside, because there is no way for me to call this 5 waves down as a wave C of a flat from anywhere, right? I mean, it's not possible for us, for example, to call a flat like A, B, C 5 ways and go up. That's not, it's just not possible, right? That structure is not really valid. So there is no other way at this moment to call this as a wave C of a flat. So the conclusion is that if this is a true 5 waves down, then we should be able at least to get another leg lower at minimum. So even if this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then at the minimum we can get A, B, C down, which means we should see another leg lower at minimum, right? Now, so the only way then, because it cannot be a flat, a C wave of a flat, the only way it doesn't go lower is if this is not really a 5 waves. That's the only conclusion, right? If it is not a 5 waves, then yes, we're going to go up from here if this is in fact a corrective structure. So let's go back here again. We can see right here this 1, 2, for example, if you measure the extension. Now it doesn't really extend to 1.618. Sometimes the guideline says wave 3 ideally extends to 1.618, but that's never going to be meant to be a rule. It's more like a guideline. It's not like a black and white rule. It must, it is not, right? It is not a must for wave 3 to reach 1.618. The most important thing is with 3 is not the shortest wave, right? With 3, as long as it's not the shortest wave, it is okay. So the only alternate I can think about here is that this is actually an ABC, right? This is actually an ABC. Now I know there is a divergence there, but the divergence could be because of the internal, so I can call it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not ideal, but also doesn't violate any rule here if I count it this way. So now, if this is in fact an ABC, then this is in fact is a correction, is a 3-way correction, and then we can go up from here, starting a new impulsive leg and go to the upside, right? So that will be the alternate. Now, so the pound doesn't give us a sequence, because if it does have a sequence, this arrow is going to be red in color and going down, right? So it doesn't give us any sequence. So we need to take a look at some other US dollar pairs to give us some ideas about US dollar direction, right? So let me show you, for example, some other US dollar pairs, especially in the commodity currencies. If you take a look at New Zealand dollars, for example, now let's take a look at the daily chart of the New Zealand dollars. Now if we take a look here at the New Zealand dollars, you can see that the pair continues to make a lower low here. So starting from, this is a daily chart by the way, starting from this peak on February 25th, you can see it continues to make a lower low. It recently just broke below this low, and this one does have a bearish sequence. It's a lower low. Now you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swing. So you can call this, and the entire structure doesn't look impulsive, right? It looks overlapping. So when you see something like this, you can consider counting this as a WXY 7 swing structure, right? So you can count this, let's say EBC or WXY here. So for example, if I call this W here, right? If I call this W here, and this is my X, right? Then you can see if I draw a trend line here, now it breaks above the trend line, right? So the cycle is complete right here, right? Because it breaks. So this one is our connector from the peak, and if you just simply measure extension from the peak to that connectors, now you can see we are not yet reaching the 100%, and also from here you got a lower low as well, right? And that lower low still comes with divergence right now, but if you downgrade to, let's say, the 4-hour chart, let's see here, let me see, not sure why okay, yeah, we can still see a bit divergence here as well. So here we got two options here. Either this is your kind of like, this one looks like an impulse, right? This could be your A and B, and then now we're doing a C leg, or this new low is still finishing the A from here. But either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, what we are concerned about is more towards whether the pattern is complete or not. And it doesn't look complete on the downside. Now, if it is going to go down, and this is not the only pair by the way, but just to tell you an example of other US dollar pairs, telling us the pattern looks to be incomplete, and it can go down in favor of the US dollars. Now, if that is going to happen, then we cannot rule out the pound dollars doing the same and continue to go down as well. But the pound itself, like I said, doesn't give us a clear sequence. Other US dollar pairs do show a clear sequence, but using a little bit of correlation, we can conclude that most likely, if the other pairs is correct and there's no truncation, we should be looking for more downside as well in the pound dollars, right? And the alternate, like I explained, is that this is in fact just an ABC, right? Then it can rally if that's the case. All right, so that's the update here. And as always, if you do want to get regular updates on Forex, commodities, indices, you can check our service. We have 14 days trial. The link is provided in the description of the video. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a nice day, everyone.